Hello, I'm doing a video on my top 6 pins. It was going to be 5, but I spilled some more. It was going to be 5, but 5 just wouldn't fit on this tray in a nice way, so it's 6 because 6 looks better on the tray. And actually, I struggled to choose these anyways. My first one is my Esterbrook ES in tortoise shell, and this has an extra fine nib that was ground to a soft stub by Annabelle. Kind of think like a journaler a bit, but with a little bit more character. And she was just winging it because I was like, I have an extra fine Esterbrook or Yovo nib already, which is quite nice. And then when I bought this pin, it came with, because I bought this secondhand, it came with an extra fine nib. And I was like, is there anything you could do with an extra fine nib? She's like, make it a stub, maybe. So yeah, she was just winging it, and it's perfect. I love it. I love this nib. I love this pin. I love the way it looks, and I really do like that spring cap. Just the gadgetiness of that just gets me. This is my Bone Crusher 7 Studios. This is one of the kind of older models before we start putting the finials on. This is, every time I say this, I say it wrong. It's either Galaxy Prime or Prime Galaxy. I think it's Prime Galaxy. But it's got sparkles, it's dark, it's got so many different colors that I don't mind what color I put in here. And it is the most comfortable pen. Like if you're looking for a pen by a, like a maker pen, this one is so comfortable. Like you don't feel any of this at all. I love this pen. And it's light, but not too light. You know what I mean? This one has the Esterbrook Journaler nib on right now, because I'm all about nibs right now. Just all about nibs. Getting nibs done, ground into this and that. And this is my Sailor Shikiori Sailor Progress Slim Shikiori Sound of Rain Autumn Drizzle. I got a really good deal on this. I'd actually bought the other one, the Spring Rain, first because I couldn't get this one for the really good deal. But this is the color I always wanted. I love the color of the finials. It's kind of like a champagne-y color. Maybe a very, very light topaz. With this purple kind of matte. It's like a dusty purple matte. I love this. I love this color. And so this has a 21 karat nib, which is not the usual for a Pro Gear Slim. It's not bouncy like the Pro Gears. It's still, stiff, but the flow is better than my other medium fine Pro Gear Slim Mini. That's the only one. So I've got the Spring Rain and I've got this one, and I may accidentally have another one on the way. But I like the flow better in the 21 karat ones. They're fine in the 14 karat ones, but I just like it better in this. And it's just so pretty. This pin, I don't have the really classy looking one with the burgundy and the gold cap. I just have the black one. I wanted to be able to kind of put whatever ink in here I wanted. I tend to, jam into matchiness. This pen, I don't know what it is about it. I've got this in a fine. This is a Pilot E95S, and I can write big and I can write really small with this nib. Most others, like with the medium fine, I tend to write small. I can't really write big, but some of, with the journaler, I kind of write bigger. It's just this pen will do any size that, I encounter. I don't know why it works that way. It's a lovely nib, and I just like the way it looks. This is my Opus 88 Fantasia in red, and there's something just so 80s about this pen. I just love the look of this ebonite cap. And it's a size 5 nib, but this nib is great. I had it tuned. It's perfect. I love it. It writes so well. I don't have this inked up right now, which is just the hardest thing in the world. I'm now, because I've got my Ritter's Writer has Red Dragon in it, and I usually put Diamine Deep Dark Red in here, and that's just kind of too close. So now I'm like, God, do I put another color ink in here just so I can use this pen? Because I miss this pen. When I'm not using this pen, I miss this pen. I love it. It's so cute. This is my Franklin Christoph Model 20P in Salmon Glow, and it's got the medium sig nib. This is probably, this is probably my favorite nib. This is probably my favorite nib, and this is probably my second favorite nib, and then maybe the journalers. Nah, maybe this was my the journaler wasn't as it doesn't have as much character as I was expecting, but it's lovely. It's nice. It's really, it's like a very subtle stub. But it wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting more character out of it, but that's fine. That's fine. It writes beautifully, and I actually keep sticking it in pens, so I must really like it rather than having just a medium nib. But I love the sig nibs, and someday I will be getting fine and extra fine. Maybe broad. I don't know. I don't tend to go broad because I journal in a Hobonichi, usually plain notebook. So like, I write somewhat small, not tiny like some people I see, but somewhat small. Yeah. So with broad, it just seems too overwhelming. Too much ink. Takes forever to dry on Tomoe River paper. But my next journal, usually at the beginning of the year, I journal in something different. And then from like May onwards, I journal in one of those plain notebooks because that's how much fits in there. So I'm going to actually just use Midori. The one that came with this. So I'll be able to write as big, and it's going to be plain, so my writing's going to look crazy. Yeah. I can write as big or as small as I want, so maybe I'll be playing with some larger nibs. We'll see. But right now, these are my top 6 favorite pens. And they're lovely. Thank you. Bye.